Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I want to start this video off by saying there will be spoilers to Avengers Endgame in this video. So if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet, I would definitely recommend switching off the video and coming back after you have watched it, because I will be going basically over the future of what I think the MCU is going to be. Without further ado, I'll get into my video now. After watching Avengers Endgame, I think the movie is a fucking fantastic finale to everything that we've built up for the last 11 years. It's a great damn movie. I actually like Infinity War a little bit better than this movie because of the fact of it. Just Infinity War had a better story, had a better action throughout and everything. So it was definitely a better movie. But that ain't taken away from Endgame. Endgame is right there with it, and it was a fantastic movie as well. But going forward, after all the events that happened here at the end of Endgame, it kind of makes you wonder where the future of the franchise is going. I'm just going to go over ones that we kind of know are going to happen first. We all know we're going to get Black Panther 2. I mean, when your movie's one of the highest movies of all time, and how big this movie was, I mean, you know you're going to get a sequel to this. I'm kind of curious on where they take the sequel. I had heard Namor was going to be part of this movie and everything, how they're going to introduce him, but it's kind of curious on see what Black Panther 2 is going to introduce us to. And then, of course, you got Captain Marvel 2. I mean, this movie made over $1 billion, so even though they had some, a lot of people don't like Brie Larson or some of the things that's going on with her, but I'm going to tell you right now, her and Black Panther, they're the future of the MCU. This is the direction that they're going. She's going to basically be the new Iron Man of the series. And then, of course, we want to have Doctor Strange too. I mean, the first one was actually a big hit, did a lot of money, and of course, him in this movie, just in these movies, it's just going to make it even better. And then you got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, probably the final one of this, and especially if they bring in Thor into this movie, I think that's going to be actually pretty interesting as well, because of everything that's going on with this series. And then, of course, you have the Scarlett Johansson Black Widow movie. Now, of course, you can kind of almost estimate that this is now going to be a prequel due to the fact of the events of Endgame and everything. But I'm going to be, they've rumored Taskmaster as the villain and everything for this movie. And then once again, even in Endgame, they mentioned Budapest with her and Jeremy Renner's character of Hawkeye. And you just got to feel that is the direction that they're going to go with as far as the Black Widow movie. It's going to be a prequel, kind of like what Captain Marvel was, where it was, a prequel to the series, where that one took place in the 90s. They can de-age everybody now, and so it's kind of interesting where they take the Black Widow movie. I still wish they would have done a Black Widow movie, maybe like Phase 2 or something, but it is what it is. And we all know, like I said earlier, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, they're the two that are going to be leading the MCU from here on out. I believe like Doctor Strange will be like the new Thor. It just kind of makes you wonder where they're going with this franchise. Most of the characters that that have already been established, they're moving on to like the TV ones, where you got the Falcon and Winter Soldier series coming, you got Loki coming, you got all that. I believe, and I kind of want to see Doctor Doom and the Fantastic Four. I believe now since Disney now has the rights to them and everything, I can see these being some villains that are coming up and everything. I think Doom would actually play a huge role in the movies. I think him being one of the main villains, especially like kind of maybe having him like how Loki was, the villain for through most of the these first 3 phases of the MCU. I think him being that kind of character would be kind of interesting, because basically you can introduce him, then you can introduce the Fantastic Four, which then could introduce the next villain, which I'm going to say would be Kang. He is from what I understand of the character, he's a descendant of Reed Richards. He's from the future, so therefore you can bring in time travel. You could probably bring back maybe some characters I don't know. I mean, it's possible. But the thing is, I mean, that's kind of interesting. They could bring him in, him being the first villain of the next set of Avengers movies, and then do like what they did with the first Avengers movie, where they introduced Thanos at the end of that movie, introduce Galactus, as this being that's coming, and then that you could introduce Silver Surfer and all that. I think that would be interesting and a good way to start the next ushered in Avengers movies. I thought Thanos was a great villain, but you got to have somebody, I think, bigger and better now. And I think Galactus would be the next main villain that you'd want to see. And it's with Kang, with Doom, is a way to usher in the Fantastic Four, and then of course, they've said X-Men ain't coming in for another probably 5 years, at least 5 years. So I think that's actually a neat way to do it, because the next big end game that they're going to end up having will have X-Men, Fantastic Four, and the Avengers all fighting Galactus, which would be, I think, a fucking fantastic movie. But I kind of want to know what you guys think. I mean, what are your opinions? What are your thoughts on what you kind of want to see as far as the future of the MCU and the future of the Avengers movies and everything? Just let me know. Just leave it in the comment box below, and I'll reply to you guys. And until next time, that is just my prediction on what I think the MCU should be.